we go. Before we call it a night, after what is it? How long has it been? Almost 11 hours? We'll make it 11 hours. Let's talk about this one thing real quick. Music is too positive for this guy. Okay, guys, it is time for another episode of WoW Forum Adventures. Which one do we want to go with? Honestly, let's go with an easy one. It's time to leave World of Warcraft. There just isn't anything here for me anymore. Yo, remember the video I made literally 4 weeks after Dragonflight came out? Well, I don't know if you remember, but you should watch it. It's a good video. I actually put effort into it. I mean, it wasn't a react video. I actually worked on that video, edited it. Go watch it. I think it's called Fragmentor already quitting DF or some shit like that. Anyways. There just isn't anything here for me anymore. That's exactly what I said. The game has devolved from an MMO into simply a dungeon crawler. Bro, I've been saying this lately. If you've been reading the comments, I believe I said it multiple times. At least 3 times on 2 different videos. It's crazy. It is. Straight up a dungeon crawler. If you're not into Mythic Plus on rating, there really isn't anything to hold your attention enough to warrant $15 a month. Big fucking true. Big true. When people say oh, but there's rare farming, there is this reputation grind. Bro, this is not content. This is something to do mindlessly, okay? This is not engaging or anything like that. You know what content is? Content is something like Palace of the Dead in Final Fantasy XIV. Content is something like Eureka in Final Fantasy XIV. Content is something like Torghast would be content if they made it its own system. That's what the game lacks. Its own systems outside of character advancement that can last through the years because they do not have anything to do with your power level. They are their own advancement system. And you can finish that system. You can, one time, just fucking hammer it out for a couple weeks, level it up completely, beat the last bosses, and be done with it. Or you can keep doing it for fun, whatever, right? But WoW doesn't have any of those systems that have nothing to do with power. Just fun systems, something to do for fun that has nothing to do with the lore, the main lore. It can be a side lore, whatever, right? Imagine Mage Tower challenges, right? Just a tower, a Torghast tower, where it's just a boss, Mage Tower difficulty, and you have 10 floors of that. 10 different Mage Tower bosses that you have to defeat one after the other, and you get something useless for your advancement out of it, but maybe some cool transmog or some shit, right? I'm actually sad. Because I love WoW. The lore and world are incredible. I mean, he just didn't want to be offensive on his way out. He didn't want to let the door hit him on his way out. With some of the most memorable characters in any gaming franchise. I mean, okay, Alexstrasza, and we all know why. Jaina Thrall, Arthas, but again, Jaina Thrall, Arthas, do they have anything to do with the current lore? Not really. Yeah, I guess the WoW world, has some of the most memorable. You know who's the most memorable in WoW lore after Arthas? I would say probably Leroy Jenkins. Probably. Or the South Park episode. I'm actually sad because I love WoW. The lore and world are incredible with some of the most memorable characters in any game franchise. I don't agree, but whatever, it's fine. The future of the game has been going in a direction that doesn't include me. I wish you all the best. Uninstalled. Let's see what the 13 replies say. To be honest, I suggest still engaging in WoW related things. If you like writing, maybe write your character story or do some this is so weird. I mean, good for him, but what the fuck? Do some D&D WoW campaign I've been trying to do. I don't know what that even means. But then, yeah, I don't really understand D&D, so doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be left behind. Rather, you can still contribute to the world and lose yourself in the lore and world anytime. I mean, this is a holistic thing, but it's like, clearly that's not what he's playing the game for. So, in that regard. This hasn't been true for several years now. Fake thread, you didn't. The lore and world are incredible with some of the most memorable characters in any game franchise. Oh god, yeah, this hasn't been true for a while. Uninstall. You didn't uninstall. Okay. Dungeon Crawler. Blizz definitely have made WoW feel more like Diablo craft since Legion. Kinda sucks. This is big, true. I would say since WoD. Since WoD, not even Legion. Legion like solidified it, but WoD was kind of like, because you have no reason to be outside of your garrison, and all you would do outside of your garrison is fly to a dungeon or run to a dungeon, whatever, and do a raid. So WoD was even more dungeon crawler. If you're not into Mythic Plus and raiding, 100% agree. I play to raid. Without raiding, I wouldn't be here. There you go. Like I said, the people who are here, the people who are still playing it, are people like this. Blizzard can shit in their fucking mouth about everything, but as long as they still like one thing, like I love the raid, fuck it, I'm here for the raid. If Blizzard can shit in someone's mouth and it's like, I just like to log in, do a quest and log out, they will be fine with anything. The raids are always gonna be good overall, right? If you're like the content of the raid, like the fights are always like they're not amazing, but they're not bad. They're pretty good overall. They're like, I would say WoW is mostly known as its raids. There hasn't been many raids that you can consider like, this is a shit raid. Most raids have been good raids, right? Or like more on the positive side. So in that regard, yeah, if you love raiding, if you love Mythic Plus, if you love just logging in, doing a dumb quest and logging out, you will not quit this game. And that's fine. But Blizzard should not cater to you in making changes to the game, because you will stay no matter what, unless they like completely ruin the Mythic Plus, completely ruin the raid, whatever, right? There's other stuff you can do. I can think of a few, like you can farm mounts. Oh, you can just do achievements, yeah. Farm gold, buy carry if you like. Why? But why would he need to do that? But he doesn't want to do the Mythic Plus array. Why would he want to buy a carry? Pay sub with gold, farm mogs, achieves. This is literally what I've been doing since WoD, and I quit. Like, I didn't even bother with most mount farms, because, like, some people just literally farming mounts for the sake of farming mounts, and I was like, why? Like, I farm mounts that look cool and I'm gonna use, you know? So I have, like, maybe 180 mounts out of, like, the 700 that are available. Because I'm not gonna use most of them. Like, all the reptiles, all the raptors, fuck that, disgusting. I'm not ever gonna use it, you know? Like, shit like that. Like, I'm not... Take a break, come back later. I've done it a few times since I started playing. Honestly, I think everyone has taken a break one point or another, like during an expansion. I don't think many people play throughout the full expansion. Everyone's taking breaks. I mean, because there's nothing to do. I don't get it. MMO. If you're not into Mythic Plus and raiding, there really isn't anything to hold your attention. You want MMO, but not the group content. Yeah, okay, you don't understand. Okay, so MMO, massive multiplayer online, does not mean a 5-player dungeon and max, let's say mythic rating is 20, but like anywhere from like 11 to 30 players. That like the raid part, maybe you can consider like the MMO. But there's no challenging world content, for example. There's nothing happening in the world. Yeah, so what don't you understand? A dungeon crawler is not what an MMO is. Because then you can just say that, what's it called? That Warframe is, well, now there is an open world area, so that area you can consider like more MMO. But before that, are you gonna call Warframe an MMO? Okay, so from now on, you know what? When you play COD, that's also an MMO. I mean, you're playing with other people, right? So, and you find nothing else that appeals. Yeah, because then nothing else is appealing. And I don't know, like, when the memo came out that WoW was gonna be different, but it's always been the same. I know, like, when the memo came out that WoW was gonna be different, but it's always been the same. I mean, I don't disagree. Aside from, like, maybe up until Wrath. No, even in Wrath, I mean, I would say Classic is the only time WoW actually felt like the most MMO, and it's been less and less of an MMO because dungeons and raids became way too much of the focus, right? That's what I feel. Like dungeons and raids just became too much of the focus of the game, to the point where like you have nothing to do in the world. And I'm not saying like, oh, there's no content in the world. Yeah, you have your rare farms. Wow, okay. It's pretty much irrelevant content unless you're looking for something specific, okay? Well, I mean, with that argument kind of applies for everything. It's irrelevant content in terms of like vertical progression. It's pretty irrelevant. What the OP actually said is, there just isn't anything here for me anymore. They didn't say there is nothing to do. They said there isn't anything there for them. Hence the whole subjective thing. That was my point. Where is he? Gnome? What is he replying to? Niche shooter. I don't think he... Yeah, I didn't see him. Alright. Wait, can I do this, maybe? Nope. Okay. Okay. Alright. Don't uninstall because you will... Some. Okay, let's go again. Where was the guy? Okay. Chili Bean, the lore. Huh? Oh god, the jokes write themselves, man. The jokes write themselves. Yeah, the lore. The lore is really good. There just isn't anything here for me. LMAO, what? Did you even play vanilla? If you couldn't raid vanilla, you were literally finished with the game once you got to level cap. Not really. Not really. I mean, you had about as much content in vanilla as you have in DF. It's just that the rares would spawn in a lot more randomly. They don't really offer anything, but they would. Right? I mean, not like the rares right now offer anything after Mythic Plus is out, but whatever. I mean, my content vanilla after level cap was to log out, create a new character, level to 60 again. That was it. Okay, so yeah, so that's what you want to do. Like, you just want leveling. Anyone whining about lack of content in retail WoW is high as a kite. Again, I don't think he was whining about lack of content, but he just is sick of Mythic Plus and raiding. Like, as that being the only advancement content. As that is the only game mode that is relevant for anything, really. It's mostly solo player, just grouping for the rares and elite world quests. Yes, I'm having a blast. There's always something to do, for me at least. Again, you're having a blast playing AFK, watching a YouTube video on the second monitor. Yeah, WoW is fantastic for that. WoW is really good, aside from like dragon riding right now. I mean, even then, once you unlock all of it, it's not that bad. But like, you play here, you watch the YouTube there or there. You can put a YouTube here, you can put a movie there. I honestly, if I were to play it now, I would have a manga over here on my TV, a YouTube video playing over here while I'm playing WoW. That's how bad WoW is. In terms of world content or re-clearing a raid. Mostly a solo player. Okay, that's the truth. There just isn't anything here for me anymore. Wait, before you uninstall, can I have your stuff, please? I would add... I mean, he's uninstalling. He's not deleting. He's not deleting his character. I would add, though, that you only made it to level 50. I mean, you don't know if you made it to level 50. It could be an alt character. And I think there is more to do, but clearly you have moved away from the game that hasn't strayed much since it came into existence in its content. That's okay, but don't let all your stuff go to waste and help a broke... It's like this fucking guy. I don't do either of those things, and I find that I have plenty of work plenty to work on and enjoy. And you're playing it wrong, but whatever. You enjoy whatever you enjoy. Last with Dragonflight, and a lot I skipped in previous expansions that I can... Okay, again, this whole argument of like, well, you know, you don't have to play Dragonflight. There's so much content that you missed. Dude, it's not content. Like, old raids are not fucking content. Holy shit. I mean... By the technical definition it is, but fucking rampaging through and just one-shotting bosses and going and just like hopefully randomly getting a mog, that's not like, it's not challenging, it's boring as fuck. It's an AFK mode. You're not playing the game when you're doing that. Right? You're just literally, like, you're just zoned out. You don't focus on anything. You're just like, you don't even do your rotation. So maybe you do a burst rotation, and after that, just click 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 until shit dies. Right? It's not actual content. It's not challenging. It's not engaging. Like, no, it's not. That's not a good argument. You have to know what things you expect to do out of the Mythic Plus array that you cannot do already. I mentioned a few already. These posts always come off to me as one of two things. I played non-stop like it was a job and got bored of everything. Things to work towards. Yeah, sure. I don't actually enjoy most of the features of the game itself and want to complain that it's not catering more to my personal wants. Yeah, I mean... Oh, Jesus Christ. I should not be talking right now. Yes, I don't actually enjoy most of the features of the game because they're not challenging, they're not engaging, they're boring as fuck. And I don't care about transmogs that look like shit. I don't care about having a fucking Murloc as a backpack, okay? I don't care about any of this. It doesn't look good, it doesn't appeal to me. Farming rare like an idiot, like a fucking zombie, flying in circles until they spawn, or waiting on a fucking like platform and then diving down when it spawns, is not fun gameplay. Are you really engaged when you're fighting that rare? Is it really a challenging fight? No, it's not. It's just you go there, fucking you and 50 people, and it's literally like the Captain Grimm video when Hogger spawns and there's a lineup of players with like red eyes as soon as he spawns, just fucking beat the shit out of him. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I feel bad for the rares at this point. Like, it's not fun. It's not engaging. Like, you're just literally being a zombie. But hey, if you enjoy being a zombie, it's fine, you know? Like, yeah, the world content, in my opinion, is fucking dog shit. It's not interesting. It's not fun. There is a place for some areas to be very, like, mundane and just more chill environment, whatever. But all of the world content is mundane and chill environment to the point where it's like, why would I even do it? It just makes no sense. Oh, but reputation farming, and it would give you this cool backpiece transmog. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Like, if the transmog looks good, that's fine. But most of them don't even look that good. Like, for me, that's not my style. I like more edgy shit. I like nice flowing. I want the Uther cape, if anything, from Warcraft 3. Right? Shit like that. But, like... Or wings. You gotta get on those wings, Blizzard. Let's be real. The only cool wings you had were like, well, there was like two, but like the ones I liked the most were the Bastion wings. There are two versions of them, but like you need more of that shit, if anything. I'm just saying, with more physics to them and not just like a fucking stick on you and like the fucking metal. If you don't like playing the game, then take a break. Try a new hobby, play a different game, reset yourself, and come back later when there's new content to explore to see how you feel then. What is the new... Okay, so what new content is there to explore aside from, again, like look at 0.0 to 0.1 to 0.15. What is the content? Mythic Plus dungeons. Oh, they're rotated. Wow, it's Mythic Plus. Raids. Okay, that's cool, which is fine. I'm not against having Mythic Plus and raids. That's cool. And farming rares. Oh god, do you even know the abilities that rare mobs do at this point? They just fucking get annihilated before they do anything. Oh, there's a world boss. the easiest fucking world bosses in the world. They barely do anything. If you die, it doesn't matter because there's 100 players there. There's no challenge in the world. It's not interesting. It's not engaging. Okay, I already said it multiple times. An RP or PvP, but what did you even do if you didn't do any of those for before? Huh? You should get back into RP. Okay, like, dude, RP, it's like, RP, I'm gonna finish on this argument. RP to me means you don't actually play the game. And I'll explain why. Let's just say it like this. You and a group of friends, you and like, let's say 3 of your buddies or 4 of your buddies to make it even like easier to understand. You and 4 of your buddies love hanging out together. Doesn't matter what you do, it's always a blast, right? You can go to a restaurant, you can go to a club, you can go just for a walk, for a hike, play tennis, play soccer, whatever, doesn't matter. Anything you do with your friends, you're just having a blast. It's always just a good time, right? People who do stuff like this in WoW, who are like, well, I played because of my friends. Then you're there for your friends, not for the game. The game is just the platform you're hanging out with your friends. Honestly, if you guys can probably just hang on Discord and have just as much fun, right? Well, maybe not because you're actually actively doing something, but you can play any other game as long as you're playing with your friends and you're gonna have fun. Same thing that I think about RP. Dude, when you are RPing in WoW, you're just using the context of the game to do the things that you enjoy. You can do RP anywhere. It doesn't matter. You're not actively doing anything. You're just you're just RPing. You can RP on Discord. You can RP literally on Reddit. You can RP on YouTube. It doesn't matter. It's like, it's just a platform. So people who RP are not interested usually in the game. They're interested in the RP. It's just that the game facilitates the people to be there for the RP. Yeah, you don't have to look for them. They're just there. So the game is irrelevant to you. And again, Blizzard should not cater to RPers. Like, he should not cater to people who stayed when Shadowlands made everyone leave. The question no one will answer. What did you even do if you didn't do any of those 4 before? What are those 4 before? I don't know. Is it some kind of bitter blow to your pride or something for someone to declare they're leaving? No, we just think using the forums as a stand-in for a diary gets lame after a while. Obligatory, can I have your... Anyways, as always, people just like, you know... Hey, he's just airing out his frustration with the game. And that's it. Yeah, and honestly... If you want to be like, oh, what's the point of this post? The point is just Mythic Plus and rating for end game content or for the only real content that you have that is relevant is boring. Like content of progression. Farming rares doesn't really progress your character. I mean, unless you're like have absolutely no gear, then you progress, but like you progress way below what Mythic Plus can progress you. So you're not really progressing. You might as well do Mythic Plus. Okay, it's just a waste of your time if you're talking about progression, right? So progression for a character at endgame or at any point really is Mythic Plus and rating. So yeah, it gets fucking boring. Well, obviously there's PvP, but again, I'm not going to talk about PvP because he clearly didn't mention PvP, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But yeah, the main forms are PvP, Mythic Plus, and rating, and there's nothing else. You're literally on this endless loop, patch after patch. Mythic Plus PvP rating, Mythic Plus PvP rating. Everything else is kind of like, there's a bit of this and this and this to do, but let's be real. 95% of the time, what you're doing is PvP, Mythic Plus, and rating. One of the 3 is obviously higher than the other, but that is your 95% of the content. That's what he means, right? Obviously, there are the people who like don't even do Mythic Plus and they just like run around the world and literally getting carried. And Yes, they are getting carried. When you have 90 people attacking a rare, and you are just one of those people, I'm pretty sure like there's not even 90 people farming rares at any one given time in the same instance, in the same shard. But it doesn't matter. If there's 50 people, there's 20 people, your damage means almost nothing compared to the other 19 people. They're the other 49, whatever. So you're always getting carried in world content. How are you even having fun? What are you even working towards? Oh, I just want to fill the bar of the reputation. The reputation bar needs filling, so I'm gonna fill it. Wow. Real good standards for games, guys. Really good standards. And that's why Dragonflight sucks ass. And doesn't matter that they're throwing all this world content, because that world content is easy as fuck and is irrelevant as fuck. There's rares, there's gear catch-up. You don't need gear catch-up if there's a good gearing system in the game, which there isn't. Okay, there, I'm starting to lose my shit, so I'm gonna call it here. Thank you for watching, and that's it for today. That's 11 hours. Holy shit, this is a longer video than I thought. Anyways, take it easy. Take care.